Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we dive into an important and thought-provoking speech by former South African President Thabo Mbeki, who has urged African nations to rethink their approach to global politics. His call for a shift in strategy comes in response to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's emphasis on national interest, an approach Mbeki believes Africa must adopt to secure its future in an ever-changing world. Mbeki made these remarks during the Aziz Pahad inaugural lecture at the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, or DIRCO, where he addressed the evolving relationship between South Africa and the United States. He pointed out how global political dynamics are shifting and stressed the importance of Africa positioning itself strategically within this landscape. His speech, however, was not just an academic reflection on international affairs, it was a direct response to a series of troubling actions taken by the U.S. government, including the Trump administration's executive order that misrepresented South Africa's land reform policies. According to Mbeki, the U.S. move is a wake-up call for African leaders to reassess how they engage with global powers. He highlighted the need for African nations to prioritize their own interests, much like how the U.S. shapes its foreign policies around its national interests. Mbeki specifically referenced Marco Rubio's recent remarks before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, where Rubio defended his hardline stance, stating, "Placing our core national interest above all else is not isolationism, it is the common-sense realization that a foreign policy centered in our national interest is not some outdated relic." Mbeki argues that Africa should adopt a similar philosophy. "We must also insist that Africa must do what is in the best interest of Africa," he stated, emphasizing the need for the continent to define its own path in the global order. This, he believes, is the only way Africa can address pressing issues such as poverty, economic inequality, and conflict resolution. However, Mbeki did not shy away from expressing skepticism about the African Union's ability to lead this transformation. He pointed out that many current African leaders lack the strong Pan-Africanist spirit that once defined the continent's approach to global affairs. Without decisive leadership, Mbeki warns, Africa may find itself sidelined in a world that is rapidly moving toward multipolarity, where emerging powers such as China and India are reshaping the geopolitical landscape. This call for Africa to assert itself comes at a time when relations between South Africa and the United States have grown increasingly strained. A prime example of this tension is the recent expulsion of South African Ambassador Ebrahim Rasool from the U.S., after Marco Rubio declared him persona non grata. This diplomatic move sent shockwaves through political circles, and Mbeki, for his part, was unsurprised. He pointed out that such actions are guided by international diplomatic norms, but they serve as further evidence of the deteriorating relationship between the two nations. Adding fuel to the fire, Rubio also announced that he would not be attending the upcoming G20 foreign ministers meeting in Johannesburg, citing South Africa's policies as anti-American. This decision underscores just how strained bilateral relations have become, and it raises important questions about how African nations should respond to growing pressure from global powers. Mbeki's address serves as a powerful reminder that Africa must not be complacent in the face of international developments. Instead, the continent must proactively define and pursue policies that serve its best interests. Drawing lessons from powerful nations like the United States, Africa must build a diplomatic and economic strategy that places its own people at the center of decision-making. As we reflect on Mbeki's message, one thing is clear: Africa stands at a crossroads. Will the continent rise to the occasion and assert its own vision for the future? Or will it continue to be shaped by external influences? What do you think? Should African nations adopt a more assertive stance in global politics? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on global political developments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.